Hi, I'm Michelle Marchand Canseco, and I want to welcome you to Michelle Motivate Me. Today we're talking about position, how to set yourself apart from the competition. We're going to do this in 5 rules, and we're going to talk about getting from me to we. In discussing competition and position and where you need to be with regard to your competitor, we first need to discuss who is your competitor. So let's get a good working definition. In this day and age, if you're working in the business world or even in your community, in your household, sometimes you experience this, and even in a romantic situation, we compete with each other. And in this particular program, I want to look at maybe even competing with yourself. So when your competition is pushy and forceful, or maybe you are being pushy and forceful, talkative and closed-minded, so you're not willing to hear what others have to say. We are bold and impenetrable. We can be wishy-washy and non-committal. And then that sense of entitlement, that we deserve so much, that people just should do things for us, and we do not express our gratitude. Okay, one of the things that I'm going to encourage you to do is to focus on the feminine nature. Now, whether you're a man or you're a woman listening to this and watching, I want you to realize that everyone has a feminine nature and everyone has a masculine nature, and they're both very powerful. But in the feminine, what we want to do is be more attractive. So we want to avoid that desire that we have to be pushy and forceful. And remember, your competitors are doing this. They're talkative, they're closed, they're bold, they're impenetrable. So they're not willing to hear and be open to things. They're wishy-washy, expecting people to read their minds, and non-committal, and then again, that lack of gratitude. Or maybe they are gracious, but they don't express it, so how does anybody know? Where do you stand? Where do you want to be? And again, if you're looking at this from competing with yourself, I want to be better than I was last year, I want to be better than I was last month, you want to look at these 5 rules. This is something that I've spent a long time learning. I have been teaching customer service, management and leadership, and finally employment law. And in all the thousands of workshops that I've led, I've learned these 5 rules. So let's go over the first one. Attractive. Now in this, we are talking about attracting things to yourself like a magnet. So you're going to draw people, circumstances, and situations to yourself. How do you do that? I want to get into more detail in a few moments on that. Being receptive, being willing to receive things that people have to share with you, concepts, ideas, and not being so closed-minded. Vulnerable and being open to others, being raw. Now in the visuals we have here a castle, and I'm picturing that moat there with nasty sea creatures. Let's keep these people away. And I'm saying, why not be open, be vulnerable, be ready to accept what others are saying to you, and be ready for that. Centered is where you know what you want and you ask for it. And then finally, my favorite one is the gracious, where you are showing your gratitude in many ways. And I'll get into one specific example before we finish this. So your position, think of yourself as a ballerina or a ballet dancer. Again, if you're a man or a woman, you can't get into that beautiful position right there without a lot of stretching and practice. You want to win. I get that. Everybody wants to win. One of the concepts I'd like you to think about is, when you win, does somebody else have to lose? Or is it possible that we can all win? And I want you to come at it from that perspective. Okay, so you're going to need to prepare yourself. This is a little different than maybe what you've been told, but if you want to play it full out to the max, this is going to take some time, and there's definitely going to be some resistance. So I want you to look at the keys of what you're learning here, and maybe take the concepts and research it a little bit yourself, and look at some people that have also done these things, and and have succeeded. But know that you may experience some resistance even in yourself, that you don't think that this makes any sense. That's okay. Feel the feelings and get over it, and then look at all the benefits that you can get from these ideas. Maybe you might even get angry and think, what is this woman talking about? One of the things I've learned is, as being a seminar leader, you will be upset, but what you want to look at sometimes when I'm asking you, or anybody is asking you to change, is what will you become? What are the benefits? So it's worth it to go on this roller coaster ride with me here and see things from a different perspective and look at it from another way. And what may happen for you is you may find a side of yourself that's softer, that's calmer, that doesn't need to work so hard. You learn to work smart and not hard. And, little by little, you achieve what you want. So the masculine nature is definitely powerful, and you want to operate there. But what about the feminine nature? Have you neglected that? And what tools have you missed out on? So these 5 rules, why don't you start with 1? Which one do you like? Which one seems like it's the easiest for you to be able to work on? Maybe you're the opposite. You want to go for the gusto, work on the most difficult one. One thing that I found to be easy in teaching this is teaching others to be a little bit more gracious. Now, we're into social media, we're into emails, and sometimes we forget to maybe send, or don't even think about sending a regular card, a thank you card in the mail, snail mail. So that might be something that would definitely set you apart from your competitors. And get that thank you card in the mail and express your gratitude. So again, I'm asking you to start with just 1 and go from there. You may be afraid. You may feel like this is going to make you look weak. This is not going to get you what you want. But again, you want to try it. If what you've been doing hasn't been working, or it has been working, but it's not setting you apart from the competition, then you need to change things up a little bit. And when you do that, send me an email. Send that email to Michelle@michellemotivateme.com and let me know about your success, because I am always ready to hear and always have time to hear about your success. Thank you for being with me.